What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is your review for Big Brother Season 25, Episode 4. Big Brother, you have made me a liar, okay? Because I just knew that when Luke got expelled from the house that there would not be an elimination tonight. But, baby, I was wrong. So, let's get into what happened. So, um, Heisem, and I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. It's no disrespect. Heisem did not use the power veto, which makes sense. Like, if the whole house had already decided that they were going to take Kristen out, there was no need for you to ruffle any feathers and for you to change anything. What we did find though was that last episode we had an alliance called the Bye Bitches, and it was like 4 of the women, but they decided that they needed some more numbers, and they realized who was in the other alliance, so they knew who was left to be able to pick from. So they approached Red, Heisem, and Mo, Mo, Mimco, Mimco, and they're calling themselves the professors because most of them are the older members of the house, and they said, listen, the older members of the house are always easy pickings. They're always the first ones to go. So let's show them that we got a little spunk, that we have a little fight in us. So we basically have, those are the 2 major alliances. Of course, you still have the Bye Bitches, which is like the 4 ladies, and then you have Jag and Riley, who have said they have a final 2, but I don't expect that to last too long. Riley seems to be kind of unraveling a little bit. Now, on one hand, and I know it's edited, but based on some of the videos I've been looking at, they made, and stuff that I've been reading, it made it seem like Riley was like being paranoid and all of that. But actually, the way this was edited, she's really not being as paranoid as people made it out to be. Red goes up to her and he basically says, yeah, I know you're an alliance, and this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, and he lays out her whole alliance in front of her. So of course now she is paranoid, because she's like, okay, is somebody in the alliance telling other people, or are we being that obvious? And of course, because I'm HOH, it kind of looks like I'm the head of the snake, so to speak, and I'm not. Then you had Izzy going up to her saying, look, I mean, it's clear that we're not working, I'm working with people, you're working with people, we're not working with the same people, but if I get HOH next week, you're safe. Izzy, that was a totally unnecessary conversation to have. Like, there was no need for you to go up and tell her that I know you're in an alliance and I'm in an alliance too, and we're not in the same alliance. So not only have you now, again, tipped her off to the fact that people know about her alliance, now you just confirmed that you're in a whole alliance. Like, duh. What are we doing here? The people said that Riley has sort of been isolating herself a little bit. Since she's been HOH, and so that's probably not going to play well for her going into next week. The other thing is, we also see that Kristen has sort of isolated herself. Now, they made it seem like the people in the house have sort of done it, like they're sort of treating her like a pariah. But I don't know. I mean, I wonder how much of that Kristen did to herself versus how much of that the people did around her. I don't know. I don't have those answers. But we right before it's time to vote, of course, they have to always show us that one of the alliances is thinking about flipping. So now it's, well, Kristen really hasn't done anything. Riley and her alliance, and maybe we could, maybe we can work her to our advantage. I mean, I don't know, maybe she can work to our advantage. But ultimately, when the vote came down, they stuck to the original plan, and Kirsten was eliminated from the house unanimously. So I know that's hurtful when the whole damn house just votes against you, especially people who, she said smiled in her face and told her she was safe and so forth and so on. Now let's talk about this Luke situation for a second. Now, I already let y'all know my feelings on it earlier. I did a video yesterday. We talked about it. I am not giving Luke a pass. What he said was wrong. He was way too blasé with it for me. I felt like he was way too comfortable in saying the word, which makes me feel like he says it all the time. It was just way too easy. It rolled off his tongue way too easily for me. However, again, I just don't like Jared's attitude about it. I just don't. I felt like Jared, and here's the thing. Do I think Luke is a racist? I don't know. I don't know him. I'm not putting that on him. I'm not saying he's a racist because he says the word. I feel like maybe he moves in spaces where he's allowed to say the word and he doesn't think anything of it, right? Okay? I don't know him to call him a racist. But what I do know is me personally, and I'm not saying that Jared had to get violent with him. I'm not saying he had to cuss him out and all of that. But what I am saying is I have a problem with Jared making it so comfortable for him. Even to the point where they brought all of the house guests together and they said that, basically Luke has been expelled for violating the code of conduct. He used a racial slur. So, of course, nobody knew what happened because I don't even think they gave, because I was surprised that Corey didn't say anything, Jared didn't say anything, and Heisem said he didn't hear it. Now, I don't know if I believe you, Heisem, because your face said to me that you heard exactly what he said. But I'm going to give you past plausible deniability. Maybe you ain't trying to get in the middle of it. Fine. I'm going to give you that. But after it was said, and of course, a lot of the people didn't know what happened, and Corey was like, look, I just want to, he was like, I think I know what this is about, and do you guys want me to tell you my theory? And so, of course, the rest of the house was like, yeah. So Corey tells them what happened, and Jared sort of cuts him off, and he's like, yeah, I don't think this is a conversation that needs to be had in front of the whole family. Why the fuck not? Why don't you feel like that's a conversation that everybody needs to have? Like, I think everybody in the house needs to have that conversation, and I think everybody in the house needs to be able to express themselves however they choose to. Now, Corey heard it. It was actually said to Corey. So Corey absolutely has a right to repeat the story. He has a right to tell anybody he want to freaking tell, and everybody has a right to respond. And again, I feel like, Jared, why are you protecting this man? Again, I'm not saying that this makes Luke a horrible person, but what I am saying is I felt like in that moment, everybody had a right to feel how they were going to feel. And for him to cut Corey off, is it Corey? Am I saying that boy's name right? Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. But for him to cut him off and make it seem like he was doing something wrong, I don't know, y'all, and I know everybody doesn't agree with me or everybody doesn't agree with my point of view, and that's fine. I respect that. But I just didn't like it. Honestly, I'm just being real. I didn't like it, and I felt like, Jared, you were more concerned about Luke's feelings, and I just didn't feel like you should have been. Anyway, y'all, that's what it is. So, we did not get a head of household competition. They were all sucked into the scary verse, the nether region, whatever. So, I'm sure by the end of the night, when the feeds come back up, we'll find out who is head of household. So we'll know. I'll know when I wake up tomorrow, because y'all know I ain't looking at the feeds tonight. But I'll know tomorrow who's head of household, and we'll see where we go from there. From my understanding, the target is on Riley's back. But we know this is Big Brother. It's a long week ahead of us. And that's the other thing, too. They gonna find out that Jared is Cyrene's son and 0 point, in about another 5 minutes. So I don't expect this secret to last another cycle. So it may not come out for this week, but I definitely expect it to come out for next week. And let me tell you why. There have been 2 instances where Jared has told on himself. The first one, I was looking at the Winner Circle with Tiffany and Cody, and they were looking at the live feeds, and Jared was talking about when he played football, and he said his last name. So I guess his real last name, because I'm guessing he's telling everybody a fake last name. I don't know. And he was able to kind of play it off. But then Kristen, when she was talking to Julie, said after Julie told her the secret, which is why I know that Kristen is absolutely not coming back in the house no time soon. Oh, and I got a theory on that too. I'm going to come back to that. Give me a quick, I hope I don't forget my train of thought. But she said, oh my goodness, right before we went live, Jared said, yeah, they used to call me, as a kid, they used to call me, I forgot what the nickname was, but whatever the nickname was, somebody in the house said, oh, that's Cyrene's son's nickname too. Jared gonna tell on himself. Now, here's a theory that I have, when I was looking at Tiffany and Cody in the winner circle, you know there's still one more person that's coming into the Big Brother house. Rumor has it, allegedly, right? Y'all, what if it's Derek? And here's my theory. Derek, we know, right? If y'all don't know, Derek does the winner circle. I mean, he does the recaps with Cody for Big Brother. He hasn't been on yet this season. And Cody is now with Tiffany doing her show, The Winner Circle, which is on the same YouTube channel. And somebody actually put that in the comments, and that's what made me think about it. I can't take credit for the thought. Somebody put in the comments, "Oh, so Derek is the 18th guest coming into the house." And we know that this season is all about the big 25 years. We know we're going to, I told you guys we're going to be seeing alumni all season long coming in, doing games and all that kind of stuff. What do you guys think? You think Derek might be coming into the house, or Derek is just busy doing other stuff? Now, I'm going to check a few other places that I know Derek is, and I'm going to get back to y'all. But let me know what you guys think. I'll talk. You know what? That's the other thing, too. You know, Derek also does a podcast called Crime Weekly. And they just put up a bloopers episode. And I was thinking, why would a true crime podcast put up a bloopers reel? Interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on that theory. Let me know what you guys think, though. Talk to y'all later. Peace.